At this point, of course, George W. Bush is so unpopular. It almost makes you feel for the guy, huh? No. I do not hate George W. Bush. I merely hold him in the lowest of contempt. Yeah. I merely hold him in the lowest of contempt as the man so clearly unfit to be president. George W. Bush is unfit to run an elevator, much less a country. George W. Bush is unfit to run an elevator, much less a country. He has pretty much run the ship of state aground. He has virtually run it aground. Unfit. Yeah, he's gotta be the most unfit guy there ever was. He's the guy who didn't know what to do on 9/11. He's the guy who lost New Orleans. George W. Bush lost New Orleans. Oh my God. George W. Bush is the president who lost New Orleans. The president who let 9/11 happen through incompetence. But you see, I don't know about you, but, I think the best thing the Republicans could do at this point is just not run anyone for president. America doesn't want another Republican president ever. I think America is filled to overflowing with a groundswell of anger and disgust against Republicans, which, you see, due to one of their oddities of thought, Republicans are unable to comprehend.
The only people in the world who don't realize that Republicans are the biggest screw-ups the world has ever seen are the Republicans themselves. Go figure. Republicans themselves. Yeah.
Well, it is one of the oddities of thought that I came here to talk about. That Republicans cannot ever see any faults in themselves. There really are many oddities of thought, and I really am going to talk about them. But the point would be that in the years where Republicans ruled and they had their chance, I'm pretty sure that all they really succeeded in doing was create one catastrophe after another. Well, yeah, one catastrophe after another. I'm quite sure their incompetence let 9/11 happen. They didn't know anything in advance because they are unbelievably incompetent, can't you see? I love okay, all of this is laughing and crying at the same time. There's a yin and yang to this. But there is a funny side to the president absolutely being nonplussed on 9/11. When he was told on 9/11, the beauty of it, okay, is kind of awful in a way, but the beauty of his being so obviously like brain locked, right? Imagine a parallel universe in which a Democratic president displayed such a state of brain lock. It just went into brain lock when he was told the country was under attack. That's like pretty much the opposite of what you want with a leader. It's sort of the opposite of what anyone would want in a leader. Someone who just doesn't know what to do and just bloody sits there. Well, I like the way it sort of acts as a quickie debunking of the conspiracy theories. The conspiracy guys don't know this because they are really, really, really dumb. The conspiracy guys, despite what they think, are really, really, really dumb. We're talking about you, Alex. We're talking about Alex Jones. But we're not just talking about Alex. It turns out Alex is not he is not really that unique. Conspiracy guys all think the same way. Well, I think the dumber the right-winger, the smarter he thinks he is. The dumber the right-winger, the smarter he thinks he is. Just look at Alex Jones. And I try to explain to the conspiracy guys, not to any 9/11 conspiracy guy. You know, the 9/11 conspiracy guys who think it was an inside job, baby. Woo! These guys think it was an inside job. And I would just say, hey, it's obvious. The Bush administration is just so mind-bogglingly incompetent. They are so incompetent beyond the imagination of a god. The Bush administration is so incompetent beyond the imagination of God that if they had planned 9/11, 9/11 would never have happened, you see? Yeah. Quickie debunking. If the conspiracy guys are in absolute denial of how incredibly incompetent, how just, like I say, staggeringly, indescribably, ineluctably, unbelievably, repugnantly, criminally, tragically, tragicomically, comical, pastoral, tragico-comically, in all ways, transcendent incompetence of this administration. So we could say that if anybody within this administration had planned 9/11, 9/11 would never have happened. Okay, well, I think the conspiracy guys are in denial of what I consider a smoking gun. It's a smoking gun that the administration and nobody in it could possibly have done 9/11 as an inside job. I consider the president's amazing display of incompetence on 9/11. Like I say, the right, they cannot admit any of their mistakes. And so the media is kind of letting them down, but most of us can tell, you know, they destroy whatever they touch. I think it would be fair to say the right to destroy whatever they touch.